This man lay on the floor as a bullet tore through the wood beneath him. An old man had taken his own life because he didn't want to become one of the infected. Most people here had already turned into zombies. Andy was one of the few still human. Using the bullet hole, he tied a rope and lowered himself to the floor below. He grabbed the hunter's rifle, crept outside, and quietly shut the main door before the zombies noticed him. Andy then searched the entire building for supplies. There wasn't much, but enough to keep him going for a while. Every day, he sat by the window, watching the world outside. One day, he spotted a cat walking by. He rushed to the first floor and tried to lure it with food, but the cat ran off. Andy stepped outside to find it, but instead, he ran into a zombie. He jumped into a car just in time. Another zombie charged. Andy kicked it off, crawled into the back seat, and made it back inside. That's when he saw blood on himself. Was he bitten? Afraid of turning, he placed the rifle under his chin and sat frozen like that until midnight. Suddenly, the gun fired by accident, snapping Andy out of it. He wasn't shot. He wasn't infected. 3 months passed. Andy was losing his mind. He blasted music to vent, but the noise attracted every zombie nearby. He stood on the balcony, screaming at the horde as they gathered below. He couldn't take it anymore. It was time to escape. He burned his old cassette tapes, his only company. Then the fire alarm went off. The loud ringing made the zombies burst through the door. Andy fired every bullet he had but only managed to take down 2. He fled into the elevator shaft as zombie arms reached in, clawing for him. He climbed up just in time, but the zombies followed. Andy threw a white cloth over one of them, blinding it. As the creature panicked, Andy crushed it with a couch and escaped through the hole back into his apartment. But his room was full of smoke and full of zombies. Luckily, they couldn't see him through the thick haze. Andy made it to the roof. He tied a rope to a hook and threw it toward a building across the street. A zombie followed him to the rooftop. With no time to think, Andy tied the rope around his waist and jumped. He slammed into the wall and blacked out. But he survived. He climbed the rope to safety. Andy had made it to another rooftop, but the fight wasn't over. He looked out over the empty city, still wondering where are the other survivors. And what comes next?